first game of the semi-final for MDL NA for Macau. Obviously the names are not a ticketed event, I guess, but try to do my best between these two teams. It's going to be a little bit rough for me. Let's take a look at VGJ.Storm, OpTic Gaming. Take a look at the bands to start this off. It's Winter Wyvern, Storm Spirit, as well as the Night Stalker for VGJ.Storm, OpTic Gaming. OpTic Gaming is, they banned out the Tiny, the Jakiro, and the Slardar. And they first pick Rubik. So Rubik going to be, I would say, in that support role for the side of OpTic, obviously. I don't think he's going to be a core, but we'll see if he's split in time, if he's going to be a hard 5, if they're looking for a roamer. Maybe they go with the Earth Spirit next. We'll see if it's picked up, but VGJ.Storm, they go with the Omni Knight. So off-lane Omni Knight coming out right away for VGJ.Storm. VGJ.Storm with that Omni Knight, he's one of those heroes that is really hard to harass in lane. Purification, always nice in the fights. Repel on a hero early to keep him in those fights, and Guardian Angel to extend said fights. Omni Knight, tricks of all trades. We'll see what VGJ.Storm want to do to pair him up. That second pick is going to be Wisp. So Omni Knight, Wisp, and a global presence already for VGJ.Storm. You already think about the possibilities that come in with a Wisp. You sometimes see it with a Sven. You sometimes see it with a Tiny. But with Tiny already banned out, it'll be interesting how they want to pair up this Wisp and who they want Wisp to really be traveling around with. Next pick coming out for the side of OpTic Gaming, OpTic Gaming is going to be Death Prophet. So Death Prophet Rubik for OpTic. It looks as though I would say that Death Prophet's mid for CCNC, who is Boulder, I believe, for OpTic right now. So I go back towards these bands, and you think about what they can play with for the side of OpTic. Right now they've got Telekinesis. Death Prophet pretty decent at staying alone over mid. I know in this patch and last patch we've been seeing a lot of dual lane mids. So we'll have to see if OpTic really want to go that route, if they're looking for something like an Earth Spirit to come over and, you know, really work at harassing out these lanes with the Rubik. You get a Rolling Boulder in there with the Telekinesis. It's enough lockdown to help a Death Prophet with the Spirit Siphon to get a kill over mid. Phantom Assassin banned out, Medusa banned out, which is interesting from VGJ.Storm, considering I'd say that Death Prophet is mid. Medusa has been played in more of a mid position. So we'll have to see if VGJ.Storm are thinking that OpTic are still going to go with something different mid, and if Death Prophet is already sitting mid. Let's take a look. Is this fifth band coming out for VGJ.Storm? Omni Knight, Wisp so far. Again, I think we'll see possibly a Sven come out in the safe lane. Mid, you could go DK. That wouldn't be too bad for VGJ.Storm. Nature's Prophet band out here as their fifth band for VGJ.Storm. So, mid and an offlaner band out. Now we'll take a look at what OpTic are going to ban out last. They don't want to be up against that Phantom Assassin, that Slardar. They've banned out a lot of heroes that have quite a bit of lockdown in Slardar with Slithering Crush, Ice Path, Dual Breath for Jakir, obviously Dual Breath is slow, and then Avalanche Toss for Tiny. So we'll have to see with this last ban, you know, maybe a direction in which OpTic Gaming are going to go with. And if they are going to keep that Death Prophet mid, I'd have to say that's really the case. And they ban out the Bloodseeker, which we've seen a lot of bans for. Bloodseeker really not making it out unless it's a first pick. And he seems to be banned out. They don't know, neither team really wants to let them go, but usually these first two picks are, I would say, more geared towards picking up a 4-5, but they did pick up the Omni Knight. He gets banned out quite often, and Wisp picked up for some mobility. So let's see what VGJ.Storm want to go with next. They go with the Queen of Pain. So again, this is a mobile hero. Maybe they're looking to set up Queen of Pain with the relocate of Wisp. They could go with something safe lane, again, like a Sven or a CK, something that has a stun. And it wouldn't be too bad. You get a stun in there, you blink in with either the Queen of Pain or let's say the relocate with the carry. You get a purification on top. You put the repel there. They really can't be stopped. And VGJ.Storm can really get in the face of OpTic, which is a good plan when you're up against something like a Death Prophet where the Exorcism's there and you want to take them out quickly. Rubik available. Now Ogre Magi picked up, so Ogre Magi, Rubik, Death Prophet, that Bloodlust always nice, and Gyrocopter always on the board. Been seeing a lot of Gyrocopter. Gyro first item, Mask of Madness, hits very hard, and I'd say with a lineup like OpTic Gaming, with the Mask of Madness and the Bloodlust, it could be very powerful for OpTic. But now the Sand King picked up for VGJ.Storm. He'll be in that 4 spot.
Seconds. 5 seconds remaining.
So let's see. VGJ.Storm, I'd say they could go safe lane Queen of Pain. That's happened a couple of times. But let's go with standard. If we go Queen of Pain mid, Omni Knight off lane, Sand King 4, Wisp 5. You've got a safe laner available, Sven still on the board, CK on the board with heroes that you want to be able to relocate with. You line it up with a Blink, Burrow Strike, relocate in, Queen of Pain coming over. There's a lot of initiation and global presence for VGJ.Storm right now. See what OpTic Gaming want to do with this 4th pick. They need an off laner, they need a safe laner. So 2 cores they got to think about up against Sand King, Queen of Pain, Wisp, and Omni Knight. Want someone who works well with the Bloodlust. Again, I do think Gyro's a pretty good hero in this position. Anti-Mage too. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Anti-Mage still on the board. And with Bloodlust, with that early Battle Fury, if he could grab it, the ability to split push, come into these fights, wipe the mana of these heroes, especially Omni Knight. That means no repel, that means no purification. If you can wipe the mana of certain heroes on the side of VGJ.Storm, their fight towards you is really non-existent. So safe lane Anti-Mage, mid Death Prophet, they still need an off laner, and you could go with the off lane Puck. That's always available for the side of OpTic Gaming. Dream Coil's always good. For this, and Tidehunter gets banned out by VGJ.Storm, making it that late into the draft. That would have been crucial for OpTic if they had picked that up. Or very devastating towards VGJ.Storm.
Dire's turn to pick.
So they ban out the Terrorblade, a hero that can really come back from any time in the game. And OpTic, they end up going with the Centaur, so they're going to have a Blink Initiator with the Blink Stomp from Centaur. Lockdown in Telekinesis, lockdown in Ogre Magi, lockdown in Centaur, and that's enough to really start lining up these heroes with Death Prophet coming with an Exorcism, the Spirit Siphon. A pretty decent lineup coming out for the side of OpTic that, let's see if VGJ.Storm really have an answer for, and there's that Chaos Knight I was talking about. So Zai on that Centaur. PPD on the Ogre Magi. Pycat is a lull. Alright, let me write this down. And then Misery is that Rubik. He's Hey. IK Kim. And that leaves CC and C on the Death Prophet. Alright, let's get these names right. For the other side.
10 seconds. 5 seconds remaining.
So Ritsu on the Chaos Knight. Yoya on the Queen of Pain Ultra Instinct. Really, really love this, by the way. Captain King Duck on the Omni Knight. I can't even write that down. I don't have enough room on my page right now. Flea on the Sand King, who's Cheek Boy. And then Stan King, thank you very much for being a pleasant human being. Stan King on the Wisp. So you take a look at this lineup. Late game, it's going to be devastating, in my opinion, for the side of OpTic. They're going to be able to come in real deep onto VGJ.Storm, and, you know, with the ability to blink over towards Stan King, get in there with the Anti-Mage, especially with the Centaur. If they can blink Hoof Stomp onto this Wisp as he's relocating in, or if he's trying to leave, it could serve to be an issue for Stan King and the rest of VGJ.Storm, especially if they want to rotate in or try to get their way out. If you could get that Wisp out of the fight, there's no way that that core that's tethered to it is going to really be able to survive too easily, especially with the lineup that OpTic are really bringing their way. I have to see how Pycat really goes with this Anti-Mage, looking like he's got Culling Blade, Treads, Battle Fury all set up. If VGJ.Storm can keep a very up-paced tempo, outfarm this Anti-Mage, make sure he can't really have that comeback mechanic of, I'd say, just his farm. They can't really let it spiral out of control. If he gets a couple of kills, all of a sudden the early game goes to OpTic, they roll into this late game real easily and can probably get the win over the side of VGJ.Storm. There's going to be a Burrow Strike coming out onto this offlaner of the Centaur. So Zai hit with that Burrow Strike, forced to come back. He's already down to about half health, eats that one shared tango he's got. But other than that, he should be okay. He went first with that Hoof Stomp, so he's got the stun available if Rubik comes over with the Ogre Magi. But this is looking like it's going to be a tri-lane for the side of VGJ.Storm. You've got the CK here, you've got the Sand King as well as the Wisp, who's not going to be over mid for the time being, but there is a ward here for Zai and OpTic that's going to spot out both the Wisp and the Sand King. But you feel the pressure if you're the Centaur, and it opens up the lane for the CK. Not something you really want if you're the side of OpTic. Get that quick arm lane. It could be a little bit of trouble. The Purification comes out. You've got this Rubik coming over with the Telekinesis. Going to throw him back, but Wisp has already made his way over. Stan King starting to just really tap away at PPD. And he hits pretty hard right now. 47 doesn't seem that hard, but not a lot of life for PPD, and the tankiness of Ogre Magi not there just yet, it seems. So good thing about this is 3-3 is Pycat on this Anti-Mage, but you're going to be able to start forcing back this Omni Knight if he's not too careful. Meanwhile, CK over bottom, they do kill off Zai. So off camera, Zai's going to drop. They get the kill. They come around. I'm pretty sure that was a Burrow Strike used under tower to get the kill. He is right back into lane. So, oh my god. Centaur, level 1, now finally level 2, but he's a full level behind this CK, and that's going to serve to be a problem, especially with Reality Rift and that armor reduction. We take a look over top. PPD going to grab that bounty rune, but now he's being chased by both the Omni Knight and the Wisp. The good thing for them right now is they are pressuring these lanes pretty well. Let's take a look over bottom once again. Centaur in a bit of trouble there. It is with the Reality Rift and the Chaos Bolt. That's a 1-second stun. Probably not what they were looking for, but now you got the Quap coming in with the Shadow Strike. He's getting quite low. The Scream is there, and there it is. Another kill for the side of VGJ.Storm, and they do lose that Omni Knight over towards top. And it's a kill for Anti-Mage, something you really don't want to give away. The good news is they did get one themselves on the Chaos Knight, and now Quap got one as well over bottom. So this is just going to be really tough, I'd say, for the Centaur to get those items, get those levels. It's going to be a very rough lane, especially if they keep by with the Wisp and the Sand King, but they've made their way over. They're looking for the Burrow Strike, possibly onto Misery. He's not too careful, but there's two heroes here ready to go with Omni Knight to pressure. It's only level 1 still. There it is, Tether again, Fade Bolt thrown forward from Misery. They're going to get the stun coming out from PPD. Now a Tri-Lane versus a Tri-Lane. That should open it up a bit for Zai to get a little bit of farm back. He's level 3, which is nice. Reality Rift forward, and just these huge shots coming in from the CK are going to really deter him from going in deep on this lane. You take a look over top, the stun comes out. Burrow Strike is actually going to hit on 2. PPD getting very low. He's going to be the first one to drop in this engagement. If they could get themselves the kill on the Wisp, that would be very nice. A return for the side of OpTic, but it doesn't look like it's going to go that way just yet. This Tether is there. The Burrow Strike hits onto Misery. He lifts one up and lands it on 2, so it's going to be a 3-man stun, but he's dead as well. They continue on forward to PPD, and with just Pycat watching, there's really not much he can do. Doesn't want to blink into Stand King and commit himself into a spot like that where the Burrow Strike could lock him in with a Purification on top of that, and he could be taken out, so he can't really commit on forward. You take a look, it's going to be a stun out on PPD. Sand King getting very low thanks to the help of Misery. They clean off one, and now it's going to be the Sand King in a little bit of trouble. Lifted up, Burrow Strike comes out on PPD. Purification over the top. They'll get at least one. They're trying to get the Sand King out. He doesn't have enough mana just yet for a Burrow Strike. Has none left in that stick. And now you take a look at the Omni Knight, who's out of mana, but continuing to chase on Misery. The Purification over the top again. Double kill for Omni Knight, and blinking away is going to be this Anti-Mage. Is back into the fray. Is going to be Sand King. Look to continue to chase on forward. Anti-Mage, his lane is just falling apart. They have a lot of pressure coming with that Purification, down to 180 health. Caustic Finale continuing to do work, and he is forced out of this lane, opens it up for the Omni Knight, and it is looking very good for VGJ.Storm right now. So 6-2, and despite all that, the net worth lead not heavily in favor of the side of VGJ.Storm. Level 6 here for the Death Prophet. CC&C forming pretty well. Top of the CS chart, has Exorcism ready to go. Take another look over top, where this is really where the aggression is coming into. Pycat, only level 3, and as well as Misery. You've got the Sand King waiting by with the Burrow Strike ready to go. Coming in the backlines is the Ogre Magi. If they could get a couple of kills here for the side of OpTic, they could turn it around for the Anti-Mage. But it's going to be a little bit tough with what they have on VGJ.Storm. There's the Tether. Burrow Strike comes in. Misery way out of place as the Purification is there. Stand King gets the kill. And it's another one in favor of VGJ.Storm, and a deep ward placed by the Sand King as well. So CC&C, you compare that to the Queen of Pain's 18-2 to his 36-18. CC&C having the time of his life right now over mid. Level 7, you take a look at the Quap, only level 5, so a 2-level advantage, forcing this Queen of Pain to go all the way back to Shrining. You're missing out on farm, you're missing out on levels, and CC&C staying ahead. That's the kind of lane winning that you need for OpTic to really stay ahead in this game and keep it close when you've lost a couple of heroes and your cores a couple of times. So Zai coming over mid. Got the Blink Dagger queued up, but still a ways away from it. If they could get the silence onto the Queen of Pain, maybe they could put her in a little bit of trouble. Just about level 8 is CC&C, but doesn't have anything on that silence, so they're not able to silence the Quap. And now blinking in, they're looking for the Sonic Wave. CC&C might be in a little bit of trouble. The Spirit Siphon is there, and now he's starting to heal up. The stun comes through from Zai, and that should be an easy kill. It's the double edge, the stun from this Centaur, despite having a really atrocious lane, ends up making something happen over mid. They're looking for more as Sand King's getting a little bit low. They use the ult to get CC&C out once the rotations come through in both the Wisp and the Sand King. But he doesn't really need too much help. Level 8 and just about 66% health. So with that rotation, that really puts CC&C in the lead, and you take a look at his net worth compared to the Queen of Pain, a full 1,200 gold ahead. Queen of Pain forced out a lane a couple of times where it is just being a dumpster lane for this Quap. But they head over mid. Telekinesis comes through. Zai TPing in. The Chaos Bolt's only going to be 1 second. Zai looking for a stomp of some sort. But not too much damage to follow that up for Zai and Misery. So level 8 is CC&C compared to the level 6 of this Queen of Pain. Doesn't end up getting that Sonic Wave off as the Exorcism had come in to heal up CC&C, I believe. It's still only 1,000 net worth lead for the side of VGJ.Storm, and they spot this Omni Knight coming over. Not a lot of mana, not enough for a purification, that's for sure, and Repel on cooldown for 10 seconds, a very risky play. Meanwhile, over mid, here comes a smoke play. 4 heroes are going to be in this mid lane, but there's the Spirit Siphon. It's keeping Death Prophet alive. They start to look towards getting themselves the CK. The Reality Rift is there, as well as the Chaos Bolt. The Spirit Siphon just doing too much work. 4 heroes mid, and CC&C doesn't even care. He could just stand there and trade all day, and they did have Misery come over to help, but that's a 4-man rotation coming over for mid, and that's opening up the lane for Pycat as he's starting to get some farm, looking for that level 6. Omni Knight never going to have any mana. Let's take a look over mid. Exorcism was used. Spirit Siphon's there. Is there a blink? Not for 3 seconds. No silence on CC&C either, as he's went 4 into the Crypt Swarm, 4 into Spirit Siphon, and that Exorcism. Maybe a silence there, they get a kill, but they still got to output quite a bit of damage to continue going in on that. Let's take a look over top. PPD going to try and TP away. Purification, not enough damage, and he'll be out, and so will this Animage. So close to CC&C in terms of net worth, and almost finished with this armlet. Just 300 gold away is this Chaos Knight. So I'll have to see if the game changes at that point where you have that big time item for CK early on, and maybe they start moving around the map like they did over mid, but on somebody other than CC&C. Game's still very close. 1,000 net worth lead here for the side of VGJ.Storm. But again, like I was saying, they really need to stymie the farm of OpTic to really continue to have success. If Anti-Mage finds the farm, if they're not too careful, it's not going to work out for them towards the later half of the mid-game and late game.
Radiant's bottom tower is staggering. Like a drunk sailor.
So the smoke is over. They're heading towards bottom. Centaur very low. Zai's got to be careful. He's very close to this Blink Dagger, and he'd love to get it soon if he can. But now it's going to be the tether over. That's going to be the ulti used. CC&C going to get very low. The Sonic Wave comes out. They still haven't killed him yet with the Spirit Siphon, but there it is. Caustic Finale will finally tick him down, and that's a big kill for them, killing someone off the top of the net worth. With Quap coming forward, Shadow Strike used. This is probably going to be a kill on Zai, and that'll stop him from getting that Blink Dagger for probably a couple more minutes. Now that gold advantage starting to spread in their favor, and it's really becoming a problem. But you take a look at the Omni Knight, and he's starting a man fight and be able to really stand and trade with this Anti-Mage, looking for that Battle Fury. He still needs the Demon Edge. He's still 2,000 gold away. Meanwhile, Omni Knight just gets a kill on PPD, really just under tier 1 and no problem.
Dire's bottom tower won't last long.
So 10-3 in favor of VGJ.Storm. But only 2,000 net worth ahead, and OpTic, they really got to be careful about how they take these fights and how they continue to farm, as VGJ.Storm are starting to turn on a little bit. So there's the Reality Rift. There's the 2-second stun from CK. Another kill on CC&C. Meanwhile, over top, they'll get the kill on the Omni Knight. It's a pretty good trade considering the fact that Omni Knight was on a 5-kill streak. But losing your top net worth hero again could ultimately serve to be a problem for the side of OpTic. The center charged up, and the lift is there. Not going to land, but now he has the opportunity to do so as the relocate comes in with the CK and the Wisp. So he was placed down, gets the Burrow Strike, gets the kill. Misery going to drop. Now 12-4 in favor of VGJ.Storm.
Bottom tower won't last long.
Misery and especially PPD, you take a look, boots and a smoke, not really much gold to his name, but it's kind of the opposite for the supports of VGJ.Storm. You take a look, Sand King here, he's got himself about 2,700 net worth, follow that up with the Sand King who's looking for the Blink Dagger, he's halfway towards it. If he gets a Blink Dagger soon, again, that's more initiation for the side of VGJ.Storm. So this tower is bloodlusted. They're still trying to push over top. There's the bloodlust coming out again. Got Omni Knight and CK continuing to push this top tier 1 while Exorcism by CC&C has been used to push over the tier 1 bottom. Nobody defending either tower, and Cliff will come out for the Radiant side, but Dire is going to lose their tier 1 over top. End up losing this tower bottom. Coming over mid is going to be the rest of VGJ.Storm. If they could find this Anti-Mage and get a kill, set him back on getting that Battle Fury, they really buy themselves some time. PPD in a lot of trouble under this tower. Coming in is the Sand King. There's really no way to get out. 2-second stun. Follow that up from CK, and a big time shot comes in to clean up PPD.
Middle tower is under pressure.
Take a look over mid. They want to go in on this Queen of Pain. They're also going to use that Centaur ulti to try and catch, but the blink off cooldown really making that space. There's just no way to catch up at this point. So again, coming over mid is going to be VGJ.Storm. This is the aggression they need to have to shut down OpTic. The silence comes out. CC&C is here. There's the Spirit Siphon. Meanwhile, over on the CK, they'll get the kill on Misery. They're going to continue to look for more. That was the relocate in. They can't really pick off anybody else. The CC&C and Zai take the long way around with Anti-Mage nearby. They need to protect him. They need him to get that Battle Fury. Oh boy, they find Zai. That's going to be a lot of trouble. Purification, Chaos Bolt, Shadow Strike. Dead he is. Another kill for this CK. 5-0-3. And it's starting to run out of control for VGJ.Storm. You're trying to make as much space as you can for this anti-mage. He's 300 gold away from that demon edge. And maybe a kill or two will help him out, but he's trying to farm as much as he can while the rest of his team is being killed off time and time again from VGJ.Storm and their heroes. CK top of the net worth by 1,000 gold. And 4 heroes ready to push over top. So the smoke is out from the side of OpTic. They're going to try and make an aggressive play to pull themselves closer in terms of net worth differential. You see them coming in from the bottom side of this map. No Blink Dagger. Yeah, there is a Blink Dagger for Zai. He's going to get a stun on too, as well as the Fable coming in. Omni-Knight's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to be hit and killed off by Zai. And now they're looking for more. The Phantasm going to be used by this CK, looking to keep himself alive with the help of Stand King. They've taken out the Omni-Knight. There's the Reality Rift. Zai in a little bit of trouble, but there's the double edge. The Sonic Wave comes over the top. It's going to kill off one. So they've lost Zai, but CK getting a little bit low. They're looking for that Fade Bolt. Purification is available for Misery. They take out CC&C on the backlines. They lift up this CK, and he's still not dead. They lose Misery. They might lose more. PPG in a little bit of trouble. The stun comes down onto the Sand King. Shadow Strike, Burrow Strike. It's enough strikes to strike him down, and that'll be 4 dead on the side of OpTic. This is becoming a slaughterfest for VGJ.Storm, up 6,000 net worth, taking out heroes left, right, and center. Meanwhile, Battle Fury's finally there for the Anti-Mage, and I've seen worse. Anti-Mage now with the Battle Fury able to farm up. We'll see if he's able to farm his team back in it and start to open up some space for the rest of these heroes, but it is looking very tough for OpTic, only 18 minutes in. So you gotta watch out as this is net worth expanding for VGJ.Storm. They're looking for the Orchid onto this Quap. You take a look, it's now Echo Saber Armlet as well as the Manta being built for the CK. Sand King's got that Blink Dagger ready to go. The offlane Omni-Knight really doesn't need too much. Hits hard with the Purification, has Guardian Angel ready to go, just to keep his team alive in these fights. So smoked up again is the side of VGJ.Storm. They're over by this shrine, but the rest of OpTic are all the way over top. They're thinking about going in onto Queen of Pain. Or actually, that's just the Anti-Mage, excuse me. Saw blue. They're looking to just push with their Anti-Mage and open up some space. Let me restate that thought. So you take a look over mid. That's Phantasm used. Pushing over this mid tier 2. You take a look over bottom. They've taken the tier 1. They're looking to continue to push, looking to continue to extend this net worth lead.
Dire's middle tower just got knocked down. Dire's bottom tower is about to flounder. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bottom tier 2 gonna be glyphed up. Let's see, the relocate's gonna come out over top. They're taking a look to try and get this Rubik 4-second stun with the Reality Rift. You're not long for this world, Misery, and you're gonna be killed very quickly. Ult's going to be used. They're trying to kill off this Wisp. Coming over is going to be Omni-Knight. Try and keep him alive. He's repelled up. Stand King running away from 3 heroes. Now the Spirit Siphon's out on the Omni-Knight. Tether up in 4 seconds if he can make his way back over. He's got the Bounty Rune. There's the double edge. One more slap. And Zai gets the kill on Stand King. It's a 3-time streak going the way of Zai. And not too shabby on a Wisp kill.
Radiant's top tower is on the rocks.
Let's see. Let's take a look at Anti-Mage's farm. He's got that Yasha. Meanwhile, he's going to be stunned up. Here's the Orchid coming through. He's going to be killed, and they've found the Anti-Mage. And VGJ.Storm It is looking very good for them as they head over mid. It's going to be a Burrow Strike on 2. The Sonic Wave comes over the top, hits on 3 heroes. They'll take out PPD first. They're looking to get Zai. Zai's trying to make something happen. The Guardian Angel to keep these heroes alive. The Exorcism's going to be there, but there's not enough to follow this up. The Epicenter is going to be used, as well as the Burrow Strike. They lock him in with a Chaos Bolt. 2 seconds, double kill for this CK. 4 die on the side of OpTic, and VGJ.Storm. 24-6, 11,000 net worth lead. They lose nobody in that fight. They take out 4, and now they're looking for the base. There they go. Onto this tier 3 Phantasm used. You take a look. Misery's dead. Guess if you consider the little bit of time in between, it's a full team wipe. Finally starting to come up. There are a couple of these heroes on OpTic, but do they really even have enough to take this fight? Looking like they're going to lose at least the melee racks. I wouldn't be surprised if VGJ.Storm retreat after that, but they're looking for it all. They're looking for the range racks, and they'll take them both out with no answer from OpTic. This has really spiraled out of control. OpTic don't really have an answer except to really try and wait for Pycat to find that farm. 25-6. They haven't been able to open up enough space for this anti-mage, who's been farming pretty much the entire game and just has a Battle Fury and a Yasha to show for it. He was picked off in the jungle, only 1-1-1, and sitting behind on this net worth. Oh, there's the Burrow Strike. Here comes the Orchid blinking from the Quap with the relocate. There was no way he was getting out. Silenced up, no way to blink out. And dead Anti-Mage is again with the nice warding coming through, as well as the Sand King Invis. They spot out the Anti-Mage, get another kill, and GG, that's it. That is just it. They tap out. PPD calls the game 26-6, 23 minutes in. Wow. So OpTic lose game 1. Wow, that is just the stomping. CK 8-0-8. Sand King making it work 2-0-16. Sand King 3-3-12. And just no answer is PPD 0-6, 2-8 for the Rubik. CCNC had a good lane to start, but now 2-4-2. Maybe OpTic can go back to the drawing board, look to change it up game 2. And that's what we'll be back with in just a moment. I'm your caster, BCop, at BCop92 on Twitter. Follow me to know when I'm casting. And I guess know what I'm thinking. But we'll be back in just a moment. Game 2, stay right there.